Hi there, this is Edith, your IELTS instructor. So today I'm going to show you 4 tips on how to instantly upgrade your IELTS speaking. Let's cut to the chase. Tip number 1 is to use a gerund. For those who don't know what a gerund is actually a form of verb that ends in ing form, and usually we use it as a noun. For example, eating, drinking, running. So all these gerunds would make your sentence more complicated, and also we can use it in our task 2 writing. We can simply put the gerund in the beginning of the sentence to make it more complicated. For example, using advanced vocabulary is the most challenging part in IELTS. Traveling around the world is one of my dreams. You can use it for your speaking and to upgrade your writing as well. Instead of saying, it is very difficult to get up early in the morning, we can say, getting up early in the morning is very challenging. Tip number 2, use slangs. There are plenty of slangs for you to remember, to use, and they're usually fun. This can show that your English is as natural as a native speaker, and it can get you a higher score. Be aware though, there is American slang, British slang, and Canadian slang. It really doesn't matter what kind of slang you're using, as long as you're using them right. Here are 5 common slangs used among native speakers. Number 1. Hang in there. This word usually is used to cheer someone up. For example, it is a tough time for all of us. Hang in there. Number 2. Sweet. Sweet is a word we can use to replace fantastic or nice. I passed the test. Sweet. Number 3. Freak out. Freak out is a verb we use when we panic. For example, I freaked out when I was on top of the mountain. Number 4. Rusty. We use this adjective to describe we are not very good at doing something anymore because we haven't done it for a very long time. For example, I haven't ridden a bike for a long time. I'm a bit rusty. Number 5. I'm beat. We can use this word to replace tired. For example, I have been working for 6 hours straight. I'm beat. Tip number 3, use idioms. So what are the differences between idioms and slangs? I would say slangs are a bit more informal and we use it a lot in spoken language. So you definitely won't use it in your IELTS writing. We also don't find them much in dictionary. It's kind of like your Cantonese slangs. So what are idioms? Idioms usually are set phrases that we can find in dictionary as well. And we use them in both spoken language and written language. It's kind of like your Chinese idioms, for example, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or the early bird gets the worm. Here are some examples. Number 1. Rome was not built in a day. This sentence is said to mean that it takes a long time to do a job or a task properly. It's usually a positive and encouraging sentence. For example, Rome was not built in a day. You need to keep learning to see results in your English. Number 2. Beat around the bush. It means to talk about a subject without getting to the point. It could be done intentionally or unintentionally. For example, stop beating around the bush. What is your point? Number 3. Call it a day. It means to stop to do certain things, especially you have had enough or you're just tired. For example, I'm quite beat. Let's call it a day. Number 4. Cutting corners. Is to do something in the easiest, cheapest, or fastest way. For example, there is no cutting corners if I want to get into the best university in the UK. Number 5. Get something out of your system. Literally, this idiom means to allow one's body to process and expel something harmful or discomforting. For example, I like to talk to my friends every once in a while about work to get it out of my system. You got this? Just a quick test for you guys. What does the following idiom mean? To achieve great things, I don't want to cut corners. A. To finish a task in the quickest way without thinking about the result. B. Time to go to bed. C. It takes long time to do one thing. Stop beating around the bush. Would you tell me already? A. Feeling lazy. B. Not getting to the point. C. Being ashamed of something. Tip number 4, structure your answers. So this is particularly important for part 3 questions because examiners just like to have structured and logical answers because it's just easier for them to follow. So try the following structure. Number 1, you want to make sure that you answer the question first. Number 2, elaborate. Give a bit more explanation. Don't jump to example too quickly. Number 3, provide examples, but this part is optional. Here is one of the predicted IELTS speaking questions in 2022, part 3. What are the differences between famous people today and those in the past? Number 1, answer the question first. I think the biggest difference will be whether the celebrities are talented or not. Then you should provide explanation. In my opinion, famous people in the past usually were very good at certain fields, like singers, actors, and athletes. But nowadays, with the advancements of technology, social media can make a person famous overnight. Instead of being competent, digital celebrities such as influencers and YouTubers become well known through attention-grabbing videos or blog posts. That's all for today. Thank you for watching it. I really appreciate it. So if you would like to support me or to have more of this kind of content, please subscribe. And I'll see you next video. Cheers!